Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for this upcoming week of March 19th through March 25th, 2023. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers and followers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more. And thank you so much for liking and sharing and subscribing to these YouTube videos. And if you are new to the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel, let me share a little bit about myself through my full-time business, which I created 20 years ago. My business is in Angel Healing House. I am a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world. I am also an intuitive psychic, clairvoyant tarot card reader. I do intuitive counseling, and of course those wonderful angel tarot card readings, as I mentioned. And I do past life clearings, ancestral healings, and of course those amazing restorative, recharging, re-energizing Reiki healing sessions, which can be either done in my beautiful office here in Santa Monica, California, or through distant healing anywhere in the world. If you'd like to book any of my services, find out any more about my wonderful award-winning books, please do phone me at Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, or visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I'd like to remind everyone that my wonderful guided angel meditation, it's called Letting Go of Concerns and Living in the Now, is now in MP3, is available for immediate download to your devices, and it's exclusively available on my Angel Healing House website, angelhealinghouse.com, for only $11.11. Now, this meditation with professional, beautiful musical accompaniment and sound effects takes you on your own journey with the angels. It walks you through practical exercises that help free yourself from the burdens and worries and concerns of daily life. This listener sent me this testimonial about her and her dog, Ginger, listening to this meditation. She writes, "Dear Candy, I'm writing this letter to let you know that not only I enjoy your angel meditation, letting go of concerns and living in the now, but my dog Ginger, a 7-year-old Shepherd Retriever mix, enjoys it as well. I didn't realize it at first, but every time I listen to it, Ginger enters the room, she hears your angelic voice and joins me in meditation. She becomes very relaxed as your voice is so peaceful and calming. She seems to be focused on your guided meditation, and she seems to be a lot happier and more stress-free after listening. We both want to thank you for helping us connect with our angels every day, and your meditation has become such a blessing in our lives. Sincerely, DC Love, or Doreen Catherine in Pennsylvania, USA." Again, download this heavenly MP3 for only $11.11, and that is exclusively on my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I'd like to thank those people who have made donations for my free content. Perhaps you've gotten some inspiration or motivation, and it's brought you a sense of clarity, direction, or just helped you to remain calm and stress-free, like the lovely Shepherd Cross Ginger. And if you'd like to make a donation, I've left my PayPal link in the description box down below, along with all of my contact details. So Here we are on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, and every week we choose runes, and we choose both oracle and tarot cards for additional messages. But like always, we first look into the astrological heavens to see how the planetary energies are affecting all of us. So, in a couple of days, on March 20th, we have two exciting events here in March. The equinox, of course, spring in the northern hemisphere, and the fall in the southern hemisphere. And along with the equinox, we have the brand new start of the astrological new year. Forget about January 1st for your resolution making, as many people make their resolutions around this time as they see the sun going into Aries, the first sign on the zodiacal wheel, as the true start to the new year. And what better energies to start the new year off with the focus on new beginnings and bringing in a time of greater balance and alignment in our lives. Then, very next day on March 21st, we have the first new moon of the new astrological cycle, which is in Aries. With its focus on fresh new starts, it's a great time to manifest and work with those Aries forward-moving energies of focus, action, and fiery determination. Whether this entails starting new projects or bravely stepping forth to invite the new into our lives, these energies are not only magical, but they are magnetic. So do make sure that you are open to receive in both expected and unexpected ways. And this Aries season will usher in a new chapter over the coming decades, bringing in a whole new era of light here on planet Earth. And with each of us being on the precipice of a brand new era, I was speaking to a listener to my radio show. By the way, my radio show is now in its 12th year, my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show, which airs weekly on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the first 20 minutes, I bring forth channeled messages with my angelic family. We are known as the Posse of Angels. And then I take calls for mini angel readings. So I do hope you'll call into the show if you'd like one of those free mini angel readings. But I was speaking to one of my listeners, and she asked, with all of the revelations about how much we have been lied to by those in authority of our medical, our pharmaceutical, educational, governmental, banking, food industries, and organizations such as the FDA, the World Health Organization, and the National Institute of Health, How do we now proceed into this new era on planet Earth? Well, I'll share with you two examples of systems full of corruption and greed that are being recreated into those of light and that align solely with God's source creator. Now, one of those, which is building a new paradigm of healthcare, is called Americans for Healthcare Alternatives, an official private healthcare association. Their mission statement is to create a God-centered environment for wellness that focuses on respect, dignity, and ethical treatment of the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. Now, this association, they go on in their mission statement to say that they're built on principles and ethics, and they offer patient care above profits. They actually say this. How refreshing is it that this organization of doctors and nurses and other healthcare workers, many who were fired for voicing their concerns, going against the narrative, sought to include the words respect, dignity, and ethical treatment, things that we experienced just the opposite of in the last 3 years. They welcome in alternative and holistic therapies like Reiki for the patient's wellness, for that is their most important goal. Now, this is quite a revolutionary idea, as the medical community thwarted so many alternative cures for diseases like cancer over the past 100 years, or what happened is they bought the patents for them and then hid them away. Why would they do this? Because they worked. Another area where the collective is revolutionizing a corrupt, dark system is education, which has become no more than an indoctrination system. There are many parents who are outraged that their children are being subjected to sexual topics and books and the normalizing and showing of sexual practices to children, and they've decided to do something about it. Some parents have banded together, taken their children out of this dark system, pooled their money, employed a teacher that aligns with God's source creator, and are homeschooling their children, either through an employed teacher or if one of the spouses is providing the financial foundation for the home, then one of the parents is homeschooling the children. These are two examples that show us we don't have to fight against a system. We don't have to rail against it, or we don't have to rail against anyone. Just go out and simply build a new system or contribute to it. There have been many times of revolution on our planet, and this is the one that will finally stick, but only with each individual's actions to not interact and not support or put any energies into a dark, corrupt system. Even if we do not join or create a business, we can make an enormous difference by being very conscious of what products and businesses we give our money to. For instance, many of the diamonds that we might buy, and you might not know this, the lithium batteries for some electric cars are part of a child labor and modern slavery camps. By doing our own research, and then by withdrawing our funding, the perpetuation of these organizations will eventually dry up and disappear. Now, an example of what one individual can do is through the actions of an example of one of my clients. She's an opera singer, and for years she's bought her on-stage and off-stage wardrobe from a particular designer. When she found out that one of these designers had links to pedophiles and were featuring satanic images in their advertising, she shared the information with her circle of friends and then contacted some of her favorite stores that carried this designer, brought it to their attention, and she said that if after knowing this, they still carried this designer's line of clothing, that she and her very large, influential circle of friends would never shop there again. That week, the line of clothing was discontinued in the store. We can certainly make a difference where we spend our money and who we are financially supporting. Yes, my angelic family, the posse of angels, is saying to reverse what has been allowed to be perpetuated on our dear beloved planet. It seems like a futile quest, but just like the example of the Berlin Wall was up one day, had been up for decades, and the next day it was torn down. It was torn down because the raising of the consciousness on the planet, and with each brave baby step forward that we take to create this new era of light, individually and as a collective, will be remembered in the annals of history as the collective who finally took it upon ourselves to be the change that we wished to see in the world. And when I went to my runes, I usually choose only one rune, but today, two wanted to come out. The first rune that came out is Awats. Awats is the rune of movement, and its words association is progress and the horse. With this rune being a rune of transit, the posse of angels is sharing with us that the changing of the planet into a planet of light is occurring right now. You don't have to wait for anything because you are the change that is changing this planet. And as such, we, as individuals living on the planet, will be feeling the movement as transitional physical shifts that will occur on the planet. Whether this shows up as changes in us by adopting things like new attitudes, new dwelling locations, or new enthusiasm as to how we are going to serve the planet. The movement in this rune is always about slow and steady growth and movement for improving or bettering our lives. The appearance of this rune often portends the growth of a new business, a new idea, a project or endeavor. The appearance of this rune often gives us the impression that we have progressed very far. We've cleared, we've cleansed, we've healed and forgived, and can be felt that we have accomplished some measure of accomplishment as we've completed this enormous cycle. But with the rune's appearance, it is now time to turn our faces to the future, prepared for the results and good fortune of all our hard-won efforts to now come our way. April and May of the next couple of months is going to be extraordinarily revealing. The next rune that came after Ewats is this one, which is Inguz, and which is the rune of fertility and new beginnings. This rune marks a completion for new beginnings to appear, and it marks a time of joyful deliverance into a new life or a new path. Now, the posse of angels is assuring us that the most important part of new beginnings is that we have completed the outdated, the past their use-by dates, those outdated and outmoded things like old attitudes, old beliefs, old ideas, relationships which are no longer resonant with us. We've left jobs that are no longer honoring us, and locations perhaps that were built on our former lives that we no longer resonate with. In many ways, Inguz signals our emergence from a closed chrysalis state to now liberating ourselves from that which no longer serves us, as we are becoming reborn to open ourselves to the will of heaven's designs and calmly wait to be shown how to best step forward in this new era of light and the next part of our journey. And when I went to this lovely deck, which I'm enjoying very much since I've purchased it, it's called El Key, and it's She Who. El Key is, of course, French, and the translation is She Who. And this card came out, and it's the card Desiree. That beautiful card, beautiful artwork. And the message is She Who Yearns. And the words on the bottom are longing and pining for. There are so many of us in the collective who are just plain exhausted as we've held the light and believed in a world of unity, oneness, acceptance, and love, not only over the past 3 years throughout all of this tyrannical madness, but for a long time too before this. I established my angel healing house healing practice after my angelic walk-in experience 20 years ago. And I've been helping people to rediscover their divine eternal natures within those past 2 decades. Those awakened, conscious people who are now at a stage where they're pining for the new era on planet Earth to appear. The Posse of Angels wishes to remind us that wishing and pining is not what will make that new world manifest, but it is within each one of us individually that drives us forward to realizing that goal of an enlightened planet. Turn that pining and perhaps waiting into asking yourself, what can I action and what can I do now that will make me the example of being the change which I wish to see in the world? A good question for all of us. And the second card that came out is a card that's been coming out for weeks and weeks. This one, and it's Maputla or Maputla, and she who guides is the message, with the words on the bottom that are new path and renewal. Plain and simple, Maputla is asking us to open to receive a new path in our lives now. Perhaps we need a course correction. We need to make time to see who we have become after this tyrannical turmoil of the last 3 years, and how we will honor ourselves with space and quiet to now recognize the guideposts that Spirit is sending us in order for us to create our lives with Spirit. This is not what our ego wants, but what is best for our soul's journey, for us to be of best service. Now, the Posse of Angels is suggesting that we make time for renewal by listening to the songs of the birds, by spending time in nature, by making time to reconnect to our beautiful, divine, eternal natures within. Because when we are in this state of peace, we have so much greater access to our clarity. We can hear the support, the guidance, and the love of the angels' voices so much clearer. Many will experience this rebirth as miraculous and magical, as they will see their faith and ability to manifest their heart's desires fully restored. So it's a beautiful, beautiful message there. I haven't gone to my animal spirit cards in such a long time, and the Posse of Angels said, pull 2 cards, and these cards came out. The first one is Bat Spirit. Bat Spirit's message is a rebirth is assured. And we said before, and we spoke about being reborn into this new era of light. 5 is certainly the number of change. So many of us feel like we're stepping into absolutely unknown territory, which we are from a higher, elevated consciousness point of view. But this nevertheless makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable and lost. But we are in the exact place for us to be reborn to our new lives. This is because the upheaval of the last 3 years has led us to a completion, an ending, so that a new beginning can emerge. Trust that what seems to have died in our lives is actually reshaping to form something wondrous for the next part of our journey. One of the things that has died is our blatantly giving our powerful, sovereign, independent, free will over to authorities who told us what was safe and effective and gave our power away. That's one of the things which has drastically changed on this planet and taken back our power. Allow your intuition to be your most reliable guide as you give rebirth to something new. It could be something that's unfamiliar, but open to receive the new. Take heart that Spirit knows you better than you know yourself and will guide you along the path of your greatest journey. Now, another bee spirit came out with Bee Spirit, Bat and Bee, and its message is sweet results await. I love that. Sweet rewards are on their way. Again, the Posse of Angels is stressing that miracles and magic are everywhere when we are willing to surrender to Spirit, producing the abundant honey for our lives. With the bee being such a wonderful sign of connecting to a hive or connecting to our community, here they mean many of us are going to be connecting to our soul tribe, who are like us most in resonance and we are most comfortable with, to be able to create and collaborate with. We go from self-centered limitation to spirit connectedness. that is filled with infinite possibilities and wonderful, beautiful potential, when we are driven by motivation and passion and great enthusiasm, we cannot help but buzz with excitement. So thank you, Bee Spirit, for coming in. Let's go to my tarot cards and see what comes out for us today. I am using my Angel Healing House Tarot deck, and yes, that's me on the back. That's Angel Ariel. And these cards are just on the verge of being printed, and fingers crossed, everything crossed, that these cards will be available for purchase by the public, hopefully in May, and if not June. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful Angel Healing House cards. So let me shuffle, wake the cards up, and let's see what comes out. As I'm shuffling, there are 2 mourning doves sitting on a branch in the tree across from my office, and they are snuggling together. We are so fortunate here in our town home in Santa Monica, California, to have a huge family of mourning doves, and they're so sweet with their cooing, and it's just lovely. That's one of the ways that I connect with nature. Maybe put in the description box down below, what do you do? What do you do to connect to the angels' voices, to connect to nature, to connect to the elementals, perhaps the fairies, the gnomes, the leprechauns, the ondines, the mermaids, all of those wonderful elementals who look after our planet. And let me, 1, 2, 3. First card coming out for us. Well, there's the Knight of Wands. This is indeed a card of movement and travel. What came out for us before was, where is that lovely rune? Was the rune of Awatz, the rune of movement. This is confirmation that things are going to start moving forward. We have so many forward-moving energies. You know, the sun is going from Pisces, which is deep and introverted and deeply emotional. And then Aries comes in with its fiery action determination. The wands are all about fire and action. And this is about movement happening in our lives, especially if you have been feeling stagnant and stuck. This is an energy, of course, with your inspired actions that will help move your lives forward. Isn't that wonderful? He's just swirling around. I often call the Knight of Wands, when I teach tarot to my tarot students, I call the Knight of Wands, he's the ants in the pants knight. He's just so excited that he can't wait to start on his new journey, and off he goes. Next card that comes out for us. Oh, we got another Wands card. This is the 8 of Wands. This is the card of rapid, could be expected, but a lot of times it's unexpected information that comes in. The hawk that I've designed in my cards when we see a hawk, it's messages coming in. The rainbow is a message of the fulfillment of our wishes and desires. And just that, catch you, like you've jumped into an ocean of freezing water, that excitement coming in about that information. Perhaps it's information about an offer, an opportunity, a business offer, could be a new job, could be anything that's coming in, an inheritance, a legacy. It could be all kinds of things, support, financial and or emotional, all kinds of things that is coming in that is going to help us with our movement forward. I love that the 2 wands came out together, confirming the movement in Awatz, and that it's time for that new information, that should have gone, and the fertility of Inguz to come in and set us on a new path, which is going to be very fertile for us, creativity-wise, and also fulfilling the desires in our heart. Let's go to the next card. Oh, we've got another wands. More fire energy, more movement, but this is one. Now there are several celebration cards in the tarot deck. This one happens to be a number 4. This information and this movement that is coming in is going to bring us more stability, more security. It's going to be bringing in a stronger foundation for us. And this is the celebration card. It's also called the marriage card. It's also called the 1111 card because of the sticks on the sides of the canopy here. Could be moving to a new location. Could be moving to a new home. The buying or selling of a home. But it's the card that's celebrating success after hard work. After hard work in particular. So this is a stronger foundation that's coming in, and that new journey that's going to be presented to us, that movement and that information is for us to have a stronger foundation and see the hard-won rewards of success that we've worked so diligently for in holding the light for the planet, whatever way you did that. So, and also, I'm not quite getting relationship-wise, but if you are looking for a relationship, the marriage card is a wonderful card to come in, and provide a stronger foundation in finding a cherished love for yourself. Next card coming out. Wow, look at this. We have the 6 of Wands. Wands. We go from the 4 to the 6. This is the card of rewards. Okay. This is not only the card of success after hard-won efforts and celebration, but this is the victory card. This is the victory card of promotions, of recognition for a job well done, and rewards coming in. And what did we say with Bee Spirit? This is sweet results, sweet rewards await us. And it's a whole rebirth with Bat Spirit around there. So we have the 6 of Wands and the triumphant, yay, we did it. First time, never in Earth's history has any collective ever held their light and held their stand to change the world as we have done. And as I said before, the Posse of Angels and I said, this time it will stick. Okay, so there we have the beautiful 6 of Wands. Next card, 3 of Cups. Didn't I say that there were several celebration cards in the deck? This is one of them. This is the other one. We have double celebration. This is celebrating all of our hard efforts. This is celebrating the new projects, the new jobs, the new systems, anything that you can do to support. And it doesn't have to be financial. I mean, you can volunteer for some of these organizations, and a lot will need help. And if you show interest in it, maybe perhaps an opening will come in and open up for a financial, a moneyed position to open up. But this is the celebration. This is also the celebration of our soul tribe coming in. Of our soul tribe, that we are going to collaborate and be so joyous that we work together to change this planet. They're saying one more. Okay. This is amazing. We've gotten two celebration cards. We've gotten the rewards card, which came in, which is the Bee Spirit. The movement card with the 8 of Wands. But look at how similar these two cards. Now we get the Chariot at the end. And the Chariot is about movement, travel. Could be also about getting a new car or a new mode of transport. But it's also about. It's interesting here because it's not only, the charity is not only about movement, but it's a victory. And we've got double victory here. So we are on the precipice of life-changing April coming in and May. There are going to be so many things that are going to be revealed, and we'll finally have those aha moments. And then they need to be revealed in order for us then to then be able to acknowledge it, thank it, bless it, and to be able to finally release it so that we can create a new world of light. They want me to look under the deck. And when I turn the deck over, what do we have? Look at that card on the bottom. We have the Judgment card, which is the resurrection. We have the holidays of Easter, and we have the holidays of Passover, two rebirthing resurrection holidays coming in and being reborn. And this gentleman on this card is going from the dark forest into the light. There's Gabriel blowing her trumpet, and there's God Source Creator looking down, and there's a new path that's being presented to us, which is the butterflies, signaling a complete transformation, not only here on planet Earth, but for us individually. So that just wraps it up for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's YouTube. I would love you to subscribe and to share and to recommend this channel to others. Do remember that the MP3 of my absolutely beautiful guided angel meditation CD, Letting Go of Concerns and Living in the Now, is now an MP3. So you can download it to all your devices. It's exclusively available on my Angel Healing House website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. And for any of my services, you can go to that website, or you can call Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716. And do remember that's Pacific Standard Time, as we are in Santa Monica, California. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love and angel blessings. And do remember that Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio, now in its 12th year, airs every week on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can call into the show to try to be selected as some of those people for free mini angel readings. So I'm sending you love and angel blessings, and have an absolutely beautiful week, everyone. Take care. Bye.